this one, and it's a bouncer, but it did not go past the batsman. The batsman shoulder. Williams is a tall man. Williams is a tall man, so that ball by no means was over the shoulder of the batsman. But you know, the crowd, they're looking for every little bit of extra run they can get at this point in the game. Jeff Miller turns at the top of his mark now. Runs in very energetic, bowls now to Williams, and this time he bowls this one. It's over the shoulder and rightfully called by the umpire. It was over the shoulder. It's been called a no ball. So it's 178 for the loss of 7 wickets. And that's not good tactics there by Jeff Miller, but at the same time probably he's trying to intimidate Williams since he has bowled at the Bajan. So possibly he's trying to conflict some sort of injury to Williams. That way he would not be able to bowl at the Barbadians. Miller comes in now and he has botted his run there. So Miller runs in again, bowls to Williams, and he gets back onto this one. They're going to be trying to put 2 here. I think they will get the 2 here. He was 2 all day. No, I don't think he's out. Miller would have kicked all stumps down even before. So the batsman got in safely, 2 runs. So they got all of 7 runs off that over. So not a bad effort by the Barbadians by any means. Unofficially, 177, something like that. So the Jamaican inning came to a close after 40 overs. They amassed a total of 184 for the loss of 7 wickets. Top scorer was Kevin White. He made 35. Ventura was not out on 33. Shane Ford, former Jamaican wicket-keeper batsman, 28. Captain Mark Johnson, he chipped in with 17. Riley, last week century maker, only got 6 this week. Larry Crichton, he chipped in with a useful slugging 21. And Williams not out on 7. We still had Neville, Dawkins, and Norman Menzies to bat. So the end of the inning by way of 40 overs, and in my estimation, I do not think the 184 is going to be enough on this placid wicket on a bright sunny day in South Florida, Miami. There's no clouds, there's no threat of rain, there's a good crowd on hand at this moment, and like I say, play is getting ready to resume as Barbados is getting ready to commence the innings. I will give you the bowling figures in a moment. I got 2 tapes, can do that. So the Jamaicans are on the field at this time, looking very good all in their yellow caps. So I think we're going to be opening the bowling from the southern end with Norman Menzies. He seems to be marking off his run at this time. We're having young Williams at the northern end, removing some debris from his bowling run-up. So I'm going to assume that he will be bowling from the northern end to partner Menzies. And the incoming batsman to start in a motorcycle helmet, it seems like. And the experienced John Willoughby, former US player and former South Florida captain in his own right. Yeah. This is supposed to be cricket. Look at the stand by side screen. Use that for shade. It's good. You know what I mean? And these guys tell me they know about cricket. No, they come to Florida and look, see cricket play. So Menzies now to bowl the post delivery to Kenny Smith and bowls a wide delivery outside the off stump. So the Barbadians have opened the account by way of a wide delivery. Shane Ford did well to stop that one because that ball kept incredibly low. He came 2 hops to Shane Ford, which was taken in front of Wright in the first slip. So we have 2 slips. Larry Crichton in the gully as Menzies runs in with his first legal delivery, second of the match. And this time he hits this one in the air. He's going to run away for 4. It was a wide delivery. And that's... No, I think that went for 4 more. Yes, it didn't follow. Right? So the score moves on by 4 to 5 without loss, and Kenny Smith is off the mark, slashing at a wide delivery. That was not a convincing shot at all, but nonetheless, it produced 4 runs to the batsman and to the Barbadian team. So we're underway, 5 without losses. Menzies comes in bowls, and this time he hits this one, passes Larry, Crichton in the gully, and this one too will run away, possibly for another 4. Yes, it does. It crashes into the bowl defense now from a wild delivery. That ball wide and wild outside the off stump, and Kenny Smith had a go at it, and we're off to a flying start. 9 runs from 3 balls. 8 to Kenny Smith, 1 extra, and the batsmen are meeting in the middle. And I think, and even though they're 9 runs, it's not 9 convincing runs to tell you the truth, because those balls are really wide, and Kenny Smith is just putting his bat in it. Now we have a 3rd man in place, so we're down to just the 1 slip in the gully as Menzies runs in from the southern end now. Bowls, and this time he slashes at one outside the off stump, and that's a better delivery. 4-shot selection there from Kenny Smith with 9 runs off the over so far. 1 slip in a gully, wicket keeper in Shane Ford with safe hands. I don't think that was a very good shot. I mean, probably he's trying to get off some nerves there. Oh, this one again, and he hits this one into the offside. This one too will run away probably for at least 3 runs if he doesn't go for 4. And the batsman is just ambling, so they know how he... 12 on the over. So the batsman ambled 2 runs. There was a long chase for the man from the cover point region who ran and put a boot onto it and in effect saved 1 run. It should have been 3 runs, but Willoughby is up in age at this time. He's probably in his early 40s. Kenny Smith is not too young himself, but they're pacing themselves well. Menzies comes in, he bowls this one hits him on the pad. They stifle the peel. And that was the 5th delivery, and the wicket seemed to be jumping a bit. I think they're playing on that illegal matting there from the Islanders where the ball get that extra bounce. Menzies now runs in with his last delivery ball to Kenny Smith, and this one came slow and on the stump, and this time Kenny was to the measure of it, plays it back on the wicket. End of the over. 11 from that over, and the Pigeons are off to a good flying start. Williams to take up the attack from the northern end, and he will be bowling to John Willoughby, who is strike for the first time in the inning, as Kenny Smith took all of the 6 deliveries. Yes. So we have 1 slip in place. We have a 3rd man, Gully, backward point, extra cover in skipper Mark Johnson as Williams runs in now, bowls, and this one the bowls rising on the hip, and Willoughby tries to tuck it around the corner, doesn't make contact, hits him high in the side pass. Williams seems to be bounding in with a lot of energy. He ran down the wicket and prevented any chance of any run there. Kenny Smith was interested, but Willoughby was not for the time being.
No. Barris, you're not something there.
Williams turned at the top of the mark. Yeah. One passes umpire Oscar bowls right down over the wicket, and he bowls a full pitch, and Willoughby dispatches this one. Another man moved down to the deep backward square leg boundary for yet another 4. So Willoughby has opened his account like Kenny Smith with a boundary, and that's a confident looking shot.
This game going to finish in 25 over.
So we're 15 for the loss of no wicket. And the Barbadians seem like they're in a hurry. Probably they're off to catching a flight someplace. They've rushed on to 15. And this time Willoughby comes forward. He was not to the measure of this one. But no damage done. That one hit him high on the thigh pad on the front foot. There's no chance of any discomfort as he seems to be wearing a thigh pad. Williams, the tall man, he plays for the Silver Whip in the local competition. Goes and bowls this one outside the off stump. Willoughby shoulders arm, allows it to go through to wicketkeeper Shane Sports, who collects smartly behind the wicket. But I think the Silver Whip has merged with the Caribbean United and they've gone into a new name. I think the Lauderhill. He's made his mark in South Florida cricket. He's been on the South Florida team. Last day he made his debut as he once in now bowls to Willoughby. And this one is a no ball, possibly guilty of overstepping. And that one was worth a shout as Willoughby was into his wicket to a straighter delivery. Wrapped him on the pad, a bit high, but nonetheless, the no ball negated the chance of him getting a wicket with that delivery. And Williams seemed to be disgusted with himself as he had a good chance to ask umpire, how's that? Here he goes again. Also Willoughby, and this time Willoughby to the measure with good, tight, solid, compact defense. Plays this one back to the bowler. So just the 4 runs coming from that over, and after the second over, the score here at the Opaloka Park is 16 for no loss. I beg your pardon. So Menzies now comes and bowls to Kenny Smith, and he was coming down with a high back lift on this one. He plays out to Mark Subone Johnson, the skipper of the Jamaican side, who just recently returned from playing for the USA team in the Super 6. Field this one in the cover region. Menzies now bowled the second delivery, and Kenny now is to the measure of this one. Good tight going here in the second over from Menzies, third of the match, as the batsman had to be drawn into defense for these 2 deliveries. Menzies turn at the top of his mark now. Bowls on short one, nice high action. He plays this one into the ground, and that one will be out in beach cricket. But since we're playing cricket at a higher standard, that one just was fielded there by the guy in the backward point and lobbed back down to the bowler Menzies. Menzies turns, runs in and bowls this one, and it's a lovely shot off the pads, and this one runs into the fence. Not a man move. This one was well up onto the pads, and Kenny Smith made no mistake. He dispatched that loose delivery into the vacant mid-wicket region for 4. So the score moves on to 20 without loss. Kenny Smith is on 14. He's on 14. You can find anyway. Menzies comes in now, bowls a better delivery. This one, the batsman is coming forward. There's a stifled appeal, but the batsman was coming forward with the shot. There's little chance of him getting an LBW decision there, and good going so far. We have 5 dot balls, and the one delivery that was loose down onto the pads of Kenny Smith was dispatched. Comes in and hits this one into the air, and it's a beautiful cover drive here, and Kenny Smith is posing for the camera, and that one will rock it into the fence for another boundary. So Kenny Smith has got 4 boundaries in his 17, and it seemed to be a boundary-studded inning so far, because Willoughby, his lone score has been a super shot off the pads before as well. So Williams to resume from the northern end. He will be bowling to John Willoughby. Bowl this one. This one is beaten outside the off stump. That's a beauty. That's a beautiful delivery. So taken by wicketkeeper Shane Ford, and signs of encouragement here for the bowler. And that's a rare dot ball that's been bowled so far in this inning. We're into the fourth over of the match and already we're 23 for the loss of no wickets. Willoughby, who is on 4, faces the batsman. This time he comes forward. This one hits him on the pad outside the off stump and no appeal. So this is good tight stuff here from Williams with the first 2 deliveries of this new over. His second, 4th of the match. Williams again. Passes umpire. Nice lovely action. Runs in bowl this one and hits him on the pad, and Willoughby coming forward. The other one keeping a trifle low. But Willoughby was coming well forward with his head down. It seemed to be a slow delivery. That's good thinking there by the bowler. He's got to pull back the last 3 overs that was dispatched all around the ground. Willoughby plays a shot of no class, a ball outside the off stump, moving away from the batsman, and he was playing across it, looking for that slug through the vacant mid-wicket area. But there's no need for that, as they're well on top of things, chasing a modest total of 184 made by the Jamaicans. Williams again bowls this one. Willoughby is opening the face of the bat and he's running it down to Larry Crichton in the gully, and former captain of the Jamaican Shell Shield, captain of the Miami West Indies and Social Club. A young, nifty player, one who motivates his team while he's on the field. And I must say the Jamaicans are smart adjusting the yellow sponsored cap. Williams bowls this one and Willoughby hits this one off the pads. A lovely looking shot there. There's ones here, possibly 2. And that's all they'll get. The batsman is settled for 2. That's a beautiful looking shot on drive there by Willoughby, finding the gap. And we have Fireman who gave chase and affected the stop with his right boot. So 2 more added to the total. Willoughby goes up by 2 to 6. Total is 25 without any loss of any wickets. And I think we're going to see a changing bowling as Shane Ford is in consultation with the skipper, Mark Johnson. Now we're going to have an early change and we're going to be having Neville Dawkins, the guy who wrecked the Leeward Islands last week with 3 wickets to his credit.
You have a good cooler. You have to go in and move everything.
So it's going to be quite interesting to see
hurry up and finish what you have.
after the 5th over if Neville can stop the runs both at this time.
Republican.
So Dawkins comes in with his first delivery from the southern and bowls to Kenny Smith, who comes forward. That one possibly was a chance of a run there, but Willoughby seemed not to be too interested in getting at this end at this time. Probably he wants to set it on striker's end and have a look. Nothing's wrong with that. Kenny Smith preparing to settle in now to face his second delivery. We have an extra cover in Mark Johnson at the backward point, the lone slip. Kenny Smith comes forward, this one balloons off the pad. There's no chance of anyone as Shane Ford, one smart from behind the wicket, seemed to be energized by the move and the change of bowling there. Larry Crichton is in the mid-on area. That's Neville ball, right arm off spin. Bowls this one, it's a full toss, and I think that was a gift. And Kenny Smith tried to hit it too hard, tried to punch it through the cover region, and he missed everything. And Shane Ford collected cleanly and smartly behind the stump and whipped the bails off in a flash. But
where? I shouldn't play. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
But the batsman did not move out of his ground. Neville, good tight stuff here so far. Good change in effect so far. This time he comes forward. The batsman,
I didn't bite, so I didn't know which day it was.
not interested in a single there. He's just interested in just playing through and see what Neville has to offer. And Shane Ford is beckoning to someone to, and the skipper, I think they acted for the music to be turned down at this time. And we're having an attacking field here where Mark Johnson, I think they're acting for the helmet. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because Neville Dawkins, he came in and his found a spot right away. So we have Larry Crichton, he's going to be the solitary slips fieldsman, and Ken White is the brave soldier without a cap, without a helmet, is under the bat. So let's look at this intense battle that is going on here between bat and ball. As Neville Dawkins bowls in his first over, and Kenny Smith goes forward, beaten outside the off stump, and Neville is charging the batsman like he's a fast bowler. I guess he's encouraged by what he saw. Kenny Smith's left foot was well across, but his right foot was anchored. He's not moving his feet well, and I think that caused for that ball to be credited with more merit than it's really worth. This time he bowled a faster one, and this time there's a loud appeal. The batsman is unmoved. The umpire is not interested. He's called over, and that's a good over from Neville Dawkins, the maiden, the first one of the innings. So that was the fifth over. So we're still at 25 without loss. He goes up by one, but he neatly tucked one off his legs down to the fine leg region for a single. Score 26 for the loss of no wicket. So Kenny Smith for the first time will be facing the bowling of Williams. Williams comes in now, bowls this one. Kenny Smith is on the back foot, and he's pulling this one through the vacant mid-wicket region for 4 more runs. So the score goes up by 4 to 30, and Kenny Smith with a studded boundary inning here.
So it's my nuts. I share my nuts.
So Kenny Smith, with his first digit from Williams, making no bones about it, he showed his intent.
Yeah.
He has batted out a maiden from the previous over in Neville Dawkins, and straight away, that shot has affected field change. We have a mid-wicket in place now, deep mid-wicket. And we have the long leg, the 2 men outside of the circle at this time. Williams runs away now and bowls to Kenny Smith, and he's beaten outside the off stump. Good delivery. Take my keeper Shane Ford. Williams turned at the top of his mark. Runs it, goes over the wickets, and he plays this one to Kenny Smith, and he plays a late cut there, and it's beautifully fielded there by Kevin Wedderburn, and my goodness, he saved 4 runs. Kenny Smith was after him again. There's no chance for a run, as Wedderburn fielded well and smartly. He turned the ball in, defended the batsman from ambling for a run. Williams again bowls, and Kenny Smith hit this one to the actual cover region.
Yeah, my boy spin from the side.
For another 4. So once you're bowling anything faster than spin, Kenny Smith's intent is to go after the bowling, since you can only have 2 men outside of the circle. And as I said before, Kenny Smith is on a rush, probably to the airport.
Oh, okay.
So Kenny Smith is on 25. And John Willoughby is going to be facing Neville Dawkins, who bowled first over the previous one, a maiden to Kenny Smith. Now he has John Willoughby facing him for the first time in this inning. So 34 for the loss of no wicket. Neville Dawkins once in bowls off spin, bowls this one to Willoughby, and he turns this one around the corner. They thought about a single, but quickly changed their mind as Williams quickly ran in on that one and prevented any chance of anyone.
No, I said, do you want a cheer?
He cut this one past the first slip, and he runs down to the third man, the vacant third man area for 4 more runs. So he's 38 without loss. That's the first scoring run of Dawkins over, and it came by a boundary from Willoughby, playing a delicate late cut outside the off stump. Dawkins turn at the top of his mark now. Comes in ball, right arm off spin. Pitches up this one here, and Willoughby is playing a beautiful cover drive, but straight to the skipper in Mark Johnson, who effected the stop and prevented any chance of anyone there. Dawkins bowls this one, and this time he plays it right between the gap. He'll get some runs here, possibly.
I'm gonna move my chair.
So Willoughby try to, not Willoughby, that's a good part. Kenneth Smith try to slug sweep one through mid wicket, was wrapped in the pad. This time he hit this one into the vacant extra cover region. He should get two here, easy runs. It's going to be a tight squeeze running in here, but it was not a good throw. So at the end of the over, we have 2 to Kenny Smith, and that's his first 2 scoring shots.
Yeah.
So we're going to have an all-spin attack now, as Kevin Wedderburn has been summoned into the attack to bowl the 8th over. So the quick thinking Mark Johnson is effecting his bowling change here.
My nuts. Is that my nuts?
So we're going to be having Kevin Wedderburn, who's going to be taking up the attack, bowling the 8th over from the northern end. We have a fly slip, man at the backward point, extra cover point, man in the middle. Wedderburn bowls right arm off spin, bowls one down the leg side, and this one is going to run away past Shane Ford, possibly 5 wide, possibly. No, the man from the who is feeling in the 45, he ran that down. So we had 3 runs from that delivery. So it's a 4 delivery. First one from Kevin down the leg side. Willoughby had a swing at it, missed it, missed Shane Ford as well. Wedderburn bowls right arm off spin. Bowls this one onto the pads again, and no ball called there by umpire Oscar. So Wedderburn is helping along with the extras. We have wides, now we have no ball, so he has yet to bowl a fair delivery. Bowls in now, right arm, off spin, comes close to the wicket, plays this one, and this time there's going to be no, the batsman, yes, they're interested in the end. There seems to be some confusion as to whether to go, wait in the end.
Oscar, you see you got the wrong side of the wicket, and the other side you forgot.
They effected the run as the one was played back up the wicket.
Maybe man America in there.
Kevin Wedderburn boot that one out past the mid-on. Wedderburn runs in now, over goes his arm, bowls to Kenny Smith, and he comes forward, bat and pad, coming together, looking good, solid as ever. So 46 without loss, Kenny Smith comes forward again. This one comes off the pad, but he is well forward. Ball pitches outside the off stump. No chance of anyone there. Kenny Smith, he's not as fluent as he was when the quickies were bowling, but there's no need to rush. They're chasing a modest target of 184. Bowl this one, and he hits this one in the air. He's going to be out. Yes, he is going to be out. This man gets under it now. It's well taken. The batsman did cross. Neville takes this one. And there was no need. There was absolutely no need for that shot.
Okay.
So there goes the first wicket. Score is on 46 for the loss of Kenny Smith's wicket, who was really going well. So the new batsman in is Carl Ifield, the opening batsman for the South Florida Cricket Alliance. He's taking the number 3 spot today, as Kenny Smith has gone for a useful 27. So Wedderburn has struck in his first over. To Willoughby now, and Willoughby now is in no man's land playing not bat and pad. There was a big gap between the bat and pad there, but he came down on it and he effected the stop with the bat from the ball cannoning into the stump. So Wedderburn with his tails up, 1 wicket in his first over, bowls down. Willoughby plays this one outside the off stump, and comes the end of a successful over, but by no means an over that merited anything of a wicket. So to my mind, the batsman gifted his wicket there, but nonetheless it's a wicket, and the Jamaicans were indeed in need of a wicket, and they did effect the wicket. So let us see, where do we go from here, as Carl, I feel, takes his first strike from the spinner Neville Dawkins, bowling from Southern. So Carl, I feel, now prepares to take his first delivery from, and he plays this one over the head of Shane Ford. Larry Randall from the slip region tracks it down, and he got gloves onto that one. That's one. But he was in no danger of being out caught there, because wicketkeeper Shane Ford had to take evasive action with a swing down the left side. So I feel he's off the mark with 2 from his first delivery. And he is a nifty little batsman. This time he bowls one short.
Well done.
Bowled this one short, and I feel was getting on the back foot and trying to pull it too hard, but Wedderburn in the short mid-wicket area effected the stop, and there was no chance of any run. We almost got to move close from Kevin Wedderburn, but was smartly backed up in the offside. Here he goes again, and he goes on the back foot and he plays it. The fireman who sends a return back to Shane Ford. Good cricket all around. Good cricket all around. Dawkins has been bowling well so far. Bowled this one. I feel comes forward and takes this one on the pad. Stifle the field there from the close-in fieldsman. Neville turns business-like. Fashion turns, bowls one well up, and this time is a beautiful cover drive here by Carl Ifield. He lays back and just hits it into the cover region for a lovely 4. So with that shot comes up to 50, so it's 52 for the loss of 1 wicket. Ifield, who is on 6 now, comes forward and he plays this one into the offside, and the end of the over, there's no one after the last delivery. So we have good intense cricket here, good battle, spin bowling, but I feel he's to the measure of any spin bowling. He bats pace and spin with some measure of confidence. At the other end, Willoughby is not too confident at the moment playing against the slow stuff. So Wedderburn with his second over from this northern end, he'll be bowling to John Willoughby, the opening batsman. Plays this one, he's giving himself room there to a straighter delivery. Not too much spin is being imparted on this ball at this time because it's fairly new. But Wedderburn, who started with 2 wayward delivery, 1 down the left side wide, and then a no ball, has come into his own, got the wicket of Kenny Smith, now turns, bowls to Willoughby, who plays this one, and he's not too sure of himself. He's not.
No ball.
And that's another no ball from a spinner.
Which stalker?
So 53 for the loss of 1 wicket. Kenny Smith went in with 27 lovely runs. Was off to a flying start. And you can see he was disgusted with himself on his dismissal. Wedderburn comes in and bowls. This time Willoughby plays a good looking cover drive here, and there's going to be struggling coming in here, but that was a good stop there by Larry Crichton. At least he saved, to my mind, 4 runs. So he saved 3 runs because they did get a run in the end. Yes, and that's the Willoughby that we know. You use your feet and you come on out to the pitch of the ball and you place the ball and do what you know, what you can do with that willow. 54 for the loss of Kenny Smith's wicket, who went for 27 runs. As Carl Ifield prepares to take strike for the first time, Kevin Wedderburn plays plays this one and he comes forward and there's a loud shout of appeal, but the batsman was walking down halfway down the wicket, so there is no way in my mind that from our advantage point here that would have been anywhere close to being out. But at this time, Jamaicans will take anything that's coming their way because Bajans are off to a flying start. This time, Ifield comes forward and plays this one into the wicket, into the turf. What about business like throwing the ball from hand to hand, turn from the northern end, then fouls to Carl Ifield and ball this one here, and he's just patted this one away because there's no danger of being out there. Weatherburn is an experienced player. He has represented the US back in 1987, 88.
Oh yeah.
Weatherburn now bowls. This one is down the leg side and it's gonna be another extra, one wide. The batsman offered a sweep shot, did not make any contact, but one is added to the total.
No.
Weatherburn, right arm over, bowl this one. Here comes Ifield.
The yearbooks have come out already.
Comes forward.
Last year.
So that's the end of the over. Score 55 for the loss of 1 wicket.
I can't remember you did being this far. I can't remember.
So, a decent crowd on hand here to witness this encounter between the local Barbadians and Jamaica. And in a couple of weeks we're going to be witnessing Jamaica versus Barbados in the Caribbean, as well contesting the championship for the Buster Cup.
Now is the worst.
Now, after that beautiful cover drive for 4 from Carl Ifield, we noticed we're going to be having Ventura, who's going to be coming into the attack, replacing Neville Dawkins, who would have bowled some 3 overs, I think. Not a bad little spell there. It's pretty hot out here, so I guess we're keeping even the spinners fresh in this humid, hot South Florida weather. So Tino, he has these he bowls right arm drifters, an occasional off spin. Comes in, bowls this one, Willoughby tucks it off his pad here. Kevin Weatherburn in the short mid-wicket region. There's a loud shout of no coming from Carl Ifield, as Willoughby would do anything to get away from anything that is being pitched at him at a slow pace. Tino goes in, bowls this one flat, and Willoughby swipes this one. He will get possibly 2, maybe 4. Yes, it goes into the boundary ropes now, and you should have followed him there. Yeah. I thought that Williams should have made a gallant effort there, but to my mind, yeah, Tino bowling drifters at this time. Like I said, the 1-4 that came from Neville Dawkins, he bowled pretty well to me. He seemed like he was the one to effect a wicket, but the captain, he knows best. Tino bowls this one. Willoughby comes forward. And there's a loud appeal, confident appeal. Umpire is not interested. Willoughby is pointing towards his pad. And as I said before, the Jamaicans would do anything at this time to buy a wicket. I'm looking around to see if I can see a bunch struck anywhere.
If that touch anything, I must be back.
Not necessarily, no, not necessarily.
I think that was looking. Very good on Shane's behalf.
Right.
No, maybe he's saying that hit his pad too. Remember that he was doing that. He was showing the thing. He didn't say the ball hit the pad. He was just. This time he's a full toss, and this time he hits this one, and he's going to be out. And that's ugly cricket at its best. That was a full toss, and Willoughby tried to stroke it into the onside. He should have whacked that one someplace into the Miami International Airport. But like we said at all times, the better deliveries do not always get a wicket. So Tino Ventura, he came on to buy a wicket, and he did get the wicket. We looked around for the brink stroke a while ago.
By that one, it was given to him free.
But I'm not too sure that they're going to like to see the sight of a Tony Reed coming in here at this time, because he's one of the better cricketers in all of North of America.
But I ain't seen the penny there first, yeah. I ain't seen the game
For 7 days.
Oh, once.
Right,
That's the one
and,
boat, man.
I forgot the
Look
other
at it.
hotel. Hold on a second. Who's the other hotel?
So, Carl, I feel dispatch
Let me talk to you later.
Sydney.
a floater there from Tino for 4 runs, not a man moved.
So,
In the middle of service.
So we have two fairly experienced batsmen at the wicket at this time
It's in the middle of
in
service.
Carl Ifield
yeah, I'm just watching.
and Tony Reed. So Tino Ventura with 1 wicket to his name. Slip has been moved out.
All right.
This seemed to be a fairly long over as there was a wicket fell in this over. Tino bowls right arm over, and this time we're going to be getting 1 save, possibly 1. Yes, that's all it'll be. As I feel in the poor fashion, just rolled the wrist over and swept that one down to deep. That was the way. So 64 for the loss of 2 wickets. The 2 opening batsmen have departed. Kevin Wedderburn with 1 wicket behind his name bowls to Carl Ifield, who comes gently forward. This one hits him outside the off stump on the pad. Stifled the field there from the bowler. So we have the 1 slip for Kevin Wedderburn as he goes in now both to Carl Ifield, who's been batting well so far. This time he plays this one, and this one goes up begging outside the off stump with a catch. I think he possibly got a hand to it, but he was going away from him nonetheless. But at this stage of the game, if you fly past, you will have to catch it. So 2 runs to Carl Ifield, lucky 2 runs there. 66 for 2 wickets. Wedderburn turns now and bowls to Carl Ifield. This one strokes nicely into the cover point region where Mark Soupmon Johnson,
Yeah, boy,
skipper
TV
fields.
though. Boy, I see some good music here. I sure from man.
Wedderburn bowls right arm off spin. Bowled this one and he's bowled him. He is bowled him. He played all over that one. He was in 2 minds. He was looking into the onside first time up, and by the time he came down on it, that ball just went straight into his stump. And I feel he's showing some disappointment here. But so the left-handed Kelman replaces the outgoing batsman Carl Ifield, who made the unlucky 13. He was batting very well, but
In the car seat.
he was bowled
I could.
neck and
Alton.
crop by Kevin Wedderburn. As I said, Kevin Wedderburn with 2 wickets to his credit at this time. He's going to be bowling to the left-hander, Kelman. So goes in over the wicket, goes to Kelman, and this one outside the off stump. It's pretty wide, but the umpire was not interested. So after the first delivery, Wedderburn will be going around the wicket, bowling between the umpire and the stumps. Wedderburn with his 6th delivery. Fieldsman closing this one. This time he bowls a quicker delivery, and the batsman plays it with a straight bat out to mid-on, and that's the end of a successful over from Jamaicans. Wedderburn with 2 wickets to his credit, bowling pretty well at this time. So we have 66 for the loss of 4 wickets, 3 wickets, I beg your pardon. So Kenny Smith was out caught for 27. John Willoughby also out caught from a full toss for 17. And last man out, tall, I feel, was bowled neck and crop by Kevin Wedderburn for the lucky 30. So Tony Reid is about to take strike for the first time up. So here's watch all of the 1 over without being on strike. Now he's going to be facing the first delivery from Tino Ventura, who, like I said, is just bowling right arm floaters at this time. About a wicket in his last over. So, like I said, Tony Reid, a very experienced cricketer, representing the USA at this time, is about to prepare to face Tino. Ball this one outside the off stump and
You wanna come here? You better off.
And then you go over there? Yeah.
No matter where we go, you just...
Tony Reid comes forward and plays this one off the middle of the bat, so the first slip in Crichton, who effected the stop, passes, and it's going to be possibly a short 2 runs. Tino with his third delivery comes into the bowl to Tony Reid, and he slashes at this one here, and he's not getting to the measure of this one. He hits it with the inner part of the bat, but duck ball in effect. So we have 3 deliveries, 3 dot balls. This time he bowls to Tony Reid, and he stands tall, punches this one out to the extra cover region. Johnson Fields. So we're having 4 dot balls. Tino, right arm. Bowling right arm jifters, and he bowls this one at the bottom. This one comes off the inner portion of the bat, runs around backward. Short leg, where Williams effected the stop. Still no chance of any run. Ventura making himself useful here, having played a good useful inning of 33 not out. Bowls a made to Tony Reid. So the score is in 6-6. Loss of 3 wickets. Wedderburn again goes in between the umpire and wicket. The ball to Kelman, and he hit this one straight in the air. Should be. No, it was 1 hop to the man over in the mid-on region. So Kelman is off the mark. Score goes up to 67. The loss of 3 wickets. For the first time we're gonna have this is the within restriction. Can't have more than 2 men outside. You have one there right. So bowlers has got to keep it tight. Has got to keep it tight. Tony Reid is yet to get off the mark, and will be facing Kevin Wedderburn for the first time in this inning. Wedderburn now is bowling over the wicket to the right hander. Goes in 2 steps, bowl this one, and this time that's a good delivery. The batsman was in 2 minds there. He was half cocked, but the ball was a little tricky for Shane Ford himself to gather. And Reid settles it. Very watchful cricketer, very useful. Then he plays this one off the inner part of the bat. They're running a quick single here. So Tony is off the mark.
What do you expect from Menzie?
And Menzie, he doesn't have a strong arm, so I think they should settle and be happy that he at least got around and stopped that ball. So I think the left-right combination is going to have the field going in and out, and if these 2 can stay together, they'll pose a little worry for the Jamaicans. But right now we're in a tense battle at this time. As Wedderburn bowls over, goes his arm, this time he plays to Kelman, who whips this one off his pad, and goes to skipper Mark Johnson. Field is nicely placed, looking good. Field is well grasped, and he bowls this one here, and it's pitched up, and the batsman with a high back lift try to put a little meat onto that one, but does not get it past the bowler. Yeah, 67. loss of 3 wickets, and this one is beating outside the off stump. That's good stuff. Good tight stuff from the Jamaican spinners at this time. And I think that Johnson is reserving Neville for possibly the middle and the tail. So it might be very well good tactics being used here by the Jamaican skipper, Manson. We're seeing Tony Weed is having a change of bat. So we have 2 runs coming from that over, single each to both batsmen.
Well, Ricky.
Barry's attacked you. Barry's artist up.
So 68 for the loss of 3 wickets, and Tony Weed,
Ask the man because me get my word.
he'll be facing the bowling of Tino.
If you get something from that,
Was 1 wicket to his credit so far. Comes in bowl right.
Instead of my word, I'm get you.
And Tony Weed plays this one to the gap there. There's 1 save for him. Possibly 1. There will get 2. As Johnson had to run to his left. Being a right-hander himself, had to run to his left. It was possibly always 2 runs going to his left.
Look at that, man.
70 runs for the loss of 3 wickets.
45, I'm when I'm watching 4th position. You know this, you know.
So we still have the slip in effect.
So if I players are open. If I have to play on my books, you know.
This time Tony Weed is coming forward.
You know, for play.
Forward.
But then doing last week and it work, so me couldn't even come over to it.
Yeah, but I know all the while, you try a thing and you
So Tino once more comes in with his high action. Bowls one outside the off stump and oops. And there's a little juggling going on here, but that was a good save there. I can say that the fireman saved 3 runs. Once that ball would have gotten past him, I think he would have cannoned into the backward point boundary for 4. 71 for the loss of 3 wickets. Tino is keeping things tight here. He's bowling within himself. He's giving the Jamaicans a chance. Wedderburn, we know he's good all-rounder by Florida standard. This is the finals between Barbados and Jamaica. We played at the Opalaka Airport grounds, and quite a decent crowd in hand. Tino bowls now to the left-handed Kelman for the first time. Comes up, this time he comes forward with a nice flowing drive. He's trying to get it through the gap, but Kelman is not one to be ruffled by anything. He's by nature a calm, cool, collective player. He stands now and waits for Tino to bowl. This one outside the off stump, he plays another flowing off drive. Oh no. Oh, there's more ones here, there's more ones here, ones here, ones here. But now you can go for the ball.
Margarita for all no man.
So we're getting overthrows here. So we got 3 runs from that delivery. And it seems as if the Jamaicans are giving up. It was a risky single in the first place. To me, it was poorly judged. The ball was bubbled in front of the fieldsman right. He collected and he sent a wild throw into the wicketkeeper, and it went for overthrows, and Larry did not give chase. So in effect, I think the added run came into effect because Larry did not give chase at the same time. He showed his frustration for the overthrow. Anyway, they Tony Weed playing this one, whipping it off his pads. It goes into the pads, and the end of the over. 74 for the loss of 3 wickets. So, like I said, a good tense battle going on here between bat and ball. The Jamaicans are trying to make some inroads into the Barbadians' batting. They've got to be taking wickets here. I don't think they're trying to bowl out the 40 overs because 184 runs is not a lot of runs by any means. The wicket, there's no devil in the wicket. The Bajans are waiting for the quicker stuff. So I think Neville is being held back with his off spinners. We have Tino, he's trying to flip some in the middle here. Wedderburn, he's a bowler. We might very well see Mark Supon Johnson bowling a few of his slower stuff. Anyway, Wedderburn now. He's going to be going between the umpire and the stumps. He's going to be bowling to Kelman, the left-handed batsman. This time he plays outside the off stump. Goes through to wicketkeeper Shane Ford. There's one slip in Carl White, and to my mind his legs are a bit too wide in the slip. Unless the ball goes straight to him in the slip, he's not going to be able to move left or right. Wedderburn again. Bowls around the wicket to the left hand this time. This is a good delivery. He's coming down hard on this one. Larry press to stop. No chance of anyone.
Yeah.
Wedderburn again. Bowl right arms around the wicket. This one goes to Kelman. He hits the outer half of the bat.
Water? No, keeper.
Still no chance of any run. So 3 deliveries, 3 duck balls. Good tight stuff from the Jamaicans. They're making a fight of this game. They're not giving up. At least the bowlers are not giving up. This time Kelman does what he does best. Comes gingerly forward, head well down. Good compact. And we're gonna have an attacking field placement here. We're gonna have a man right in front of the bat on the offside for the bat pad catch.
There.
In right. Wedderburn bowling good stuff. This time he bowls outside the off stump. Batsman cuts and misses. Cuts and misses.
They're taking time.
Wedderburn, good stuff so far in this over. Pressure is being applied here by the skipper and bowler. Oh, this one is a loose delivery outside the off stump, and that one was asking to be hit.
Thank you.
And it was hit. So with that boundary, the score goes on to 78 for loss of 3 wickets, and Kelman has struck his first boundary of his innings. And like I say, he's very patient. He's a patient cricketer by nature. The awesome batsman cuts and misses. Cuts and misses.
They're taking time.
Wedderburn, good stuff so far in this over. Pressure is being applied here by the skipper and bowler. Oh, this one is a loose delivery outside the off stump, and that one was asking to be hit.
Thank you.
And it was hit. So with that boundary, the score goes on to 78 for loss of 3 wickets, and Kelman has struck his first boundary of his innings. And like I say, he's very patient. He's a patient cricketer by nature. So we have bowling change. We have Dawkins, who would have bowled 3 overs so far. Bowled without luck.
You don't want this?
It's coming in again from the southern end. Bowled this one, and Tony Reed comes forward. One hits him in the pad. Shane Ford moves from behind the wicket. Picks up. No chance of anyone.
It never fails. You don't want this?
This one squeezes up Tony Reed. Then he bowls this one. Tony Reed just pads it away. Barbadians are facing 184 runs. They won 78. And we're to the 16th over. Tony Reed plays this one to the gap, and I don't think that anyone is going to move for this shot. Tony knew this one was well placed, played to the right of Menzies in the short extra cover region. Lovely shot. Just used his feet and just struck very nicely. Patience is a virtue, and I think that is exactly where we are at this time. So 82 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Jesus.
Hey boy, hey.
Watch. You try to get breath.
No wrong, yeah?
You don't want that.
You know what I feel.
Tony Reed settles in again. Waits for Neville Dawkins to bowl this one outside the off stump. This one is cramped for room. was on his toes and trying to punt through the offside. But that was good tight stuff by Neville. That's a good comeback. Having made punt through the extra cover region for 4 in the previous delivery. Here comes Neville. Hold this one and circumspect. Forward. Justin Bowman's coming from that over. 82 for the loss of 3 wickets. The batsman meets in the middle, touch the gloves, confer, have a little chit chat while the field changes over. So Ventura has switched ends. There's now replaced Kevin Wedderburn, aka Wetty Money, from the northern end. He'll be bowling for the first time from this end to the left-handed Kelvin. He bowled right arm, bowled wicket. He comes down hard and this one plays it back up to the bowler. I think this field has an adjustment here with the bowler and the mid-off almost running into each other. Somebody's not very well placed. Tino again having batted for all of 33 not out in the Jamaican innings. He's trying to effect the breakthrough here. He has done that so far in his first over when he bowled from the southern end. He's giving it a go here with his third delivery from the, and this time he bowls this one outside the half stump, and this one pitches outside the leg stump, and umpire does not show any interest in that appeal at all. But that was not a good looking shot. It was a quicker delivery, flatter, but it was pitched outside the off stump from our advantage point here. So good stuff from Ventura so far. There's no one from the delivery so far this time. He bowls this one and Crichton fields to his right, and Ventura, he's just keeping the ball right around the stumps, which is good stuff in one day. There's no need to try anything. Just keep it. Oh, this time he overpitches, and this time he plays all over this one. So the new batsman in is Husband. So this is good tactics being employed here by the skipper, Mark Johnson. He's moved Tino, who is just bowling floaters right around the stumps, not giving the batsman any width, any room whatsoever. He's just keeping it right around the stumps and let them make the mistake. So Tino Ventura, he got a wicket in his first over from the southern end, and yet again another first wicket from his first over. So that brings up the end of the over. First delivery bowls to Husband, who came down hard on that one, and Barbados would have lost their 4th wicket. So there goes the maiden wicket from Ventura. So we're going to be looking at Neville Dawkins again. Will be coming in to be bowling the 18th over of the match. The 19th over, I beg your pardon. So we're just 2 overs away from a mandatory refreshment break. And another wicket here for the Jamaicans. They will be going in with the tails up. Right now, the match is evenly poised right now, I'll say, even though we have the likes of Raymond Denny to come. Tony Reid, who played an elegant off-drive shot in the previous over. And Husband, by no means, is a rabbit.
Like that, but the only problem it takes too long to set up.
So here he comes now, and he comes down on this one. He's just playing for time, I guess, at this time. Tony Reid knows there is 2 overs to go before the refreshment break. I don't think he wants to chance his arm at this time.
Yes.
So here comes Neville with his second delivery now, and he bowls Tony Reid. And this time Tony Reid comes forward and he plays this one with the pad. He's in no danger of getting out there. Wicketkeeper Shane Ford runs in front of the batsman, collects the ball and sends it back to the bowler. Neville comes in and bowls again, and this time Husband is interested in a single. Reid is not. Tony Reid is just playing, to my mind, for the refreshment break, which comes up in another 9 deliveries. But Jamaicans are trying all their work to at least effect another wicket here before the break. Neville bowls here, at this time Tony Reid comes forward and plays this one Delicately forward, ball rolls out to Larry Crichton, who ran in from the fly slip position, fields, still no chance of a run. This time Tony Reed plays again, plays with a broad bat. Not interested in any runs, he's not interested in getting the ball off the square at this time. To my mind, he's just playing for the break. Neville again comes in, holds right arm off spin. This time Tony goes back and he plays this one past the slip accordion. There's no slip, so they're gonna get two at least as Larry Crichton gets onto the ball, sends a throw back into.
Hey Larry, give me your email address. I'm sure send it a photograph.
Back into the.
Oh, you look sorry.
Into the wicket keeper. So the score goes up by 2 off an outside edge there to 84 for the loss of 4 wickets. So we're into the 20th over of the innings, the Barbadian innings. 84, 100 more. And this time Tony Reed, not Tony Reed, I beg your pardon, Husbands. He's at the striker end, and Tony Reed is not interested in probably getting down there. Stino is bowling the ball just on around the stumps and making the batsman have to play this. And here we're gonna get some runs here, possibly 2. They're turning, yes. And Husband is not playing for any break. He's trying to hit the ball on his merit, and he's not thinking about the refreshment break is coming up in the next 4 deliveries. So we are 98 runs away for the Bajans and 6 wickets away for the Jamaicans in terms of wickets and runs, or 20 overs to prevent them from scoring 98 runs. Tino goes in again with 2 wickets under his name. Ball this one to Husbands, and he came down on this one. Tony Reed is not interested. He's not rushing anything at this time. So I think the next 20 overs is going to be good tight stuff. We're saying it's almost 5 runs and over from the next 20 overs, but the field and the wicket is not a problem. The grass is nicely cut this time. Husbands come forward again. Tino is just bowling the ball just around the stump. To my mind, he's played a useful part in this game so far. He's made 33 runs. The only thing he was called upon to slug in the last few minutes of the inning, the last few overs, and by nature that's not his style. And Husband goes outside, he cuts outside the off stump, misses. Ventura coming near the end of his over, holds one up outside the off stump, and this time he plays this one nicely through the extra cover area. Mark Johnson runs around, who sends a high throw over the bowler, and that is the end of the first 20 overs, and it's called for refreshment time. The score is 87 for the loss of 4 wickets, and not a bad going. On our return, the Bajans will have less than 5 runs and over, and if this match plays out to its true potential, we're going to have an interesting match in the last 20 overs. So the fielders are off to the refreshment cart. Umpires confer in the middle, probably trying to work out the amount of overs. Could not be time or lights or anything. Just panning around here to see the number of cars here on the grounds. And the people like the flags are waving in the breeze. Right before us we can see the St. Kitts Davis flag. It's blowing steady with a nice stiff breeze blowing across the ground. Umbrellas are out. Refreshments are being served at the other end. And as usual, we still have the largest crowd nicely seated in front of the southern scoreboard over there. Oh. So we're back from the water break, and we're going to have Kevin Wedderburn. He's going to be taking up the attack from the southern end. So these borders are being switched around, with the exception of Neville, who had 2 spells from the southern end. Wedderburn comes in bowls with his cap on, bowls the first delivery, right on target. Husband just comes forward with a dead bat, plays it back up along the track for Wedderburn's up the field. We have a third man 3/4 the way, we have point, extra cover. Then husband hits this one down to the deep extra cover, and there's 1-1. We have 5 men in the deep down there, so we're on the way.
Hello?
Right after the resumption. So the first one has been scored.
Barbados 8-9.
So Kevin Wedderburn comes in for the first time after the Bush resumption bowls to Tony Reid, who comes forward and plays this one back along the track. Wedderburn comes up, fields to his own bowling. There's no chance of anyone. 1-1 has been scored from this over so far. We have 1-1 into the deep. The sweeper on the deep extra cover boundary.
Okay.
Here he goes, Wedderburn bowling right arm off spin over the wicket. Bowls one to Tony Reid. He flicks this one with a flick of the wrist, turns it. And that was a lovely cricket there, lovely cricket. Yes, good clean pick up there by Riley, who sent a strong throw into the keeper shade forward. So 2 runs from the over so far, one to each batsman credit. Wedderburn bowls this one down the leg side and he swings this one, it's going to be for 4. That was a wayward delivery by Wedderburn. That was a loosener, and husband just helped it along its way for 4 runs. So it's not yet the end of the over, so we have had 6 runs off this over so far. So 94 for the loss of
88 and they get 6.
4 wickets.
Hello?
It's Kevin Wedderburn coming to the end of this over here. Goes in, passes up and this one he plays a good one, the shot plays it down. So a tumbling save there by Menzies on the short third man in the short third man area. One more one. I think Tino, who has been the most successful bowler so far, will be continuing from this end.
Yeah, I got that already.
So we're 95 for the loss of 4 wickets. So these batsmen are going pretty good at this time. Pretty well. They're moving slowly but surely. The run rate is below 5 and over, and they got all of 6-7 runs from that over. So if my calculation serves me right, they're a few runs ahead of the required run rate as of the last 20 overs. So Tino Ventura, he will be taking up the attack from the northern end. So it is Ventura to take the attack from the northern end here, who bowls a flatter delivery, faster, and husband, he's in no defensive mood here. He's in an attacking mood from the moment he entered the wicket. And he slashed one to backward point, but straight to the man at the backward point, Wedderburn. He feels well, there's no chance of anyone. Comes in, bowls this one, straightens up, makes a little bit of height here. Ventura just shadows that delivery for skipper Mark Johnson to pick up. So we have 2 dot balls in this over. Ventura, having scored 33 runs in the Jamaican innings, is doing yeoman service here to his team here. He bowls one, cuts at the faster one, is not giving the batsman any room whatsoever. That is good tight on this stuff. So he doesn't seem to be doing much with the ball, but he's keeping it right around the stumps. You've got to back away if you want to cut those deliveries, because he's just around the off stump. Ventura, right arm. This time he gives a little bit of room outside, but the batsman was played all over that one. That one kept a little low. The wicket seemed to be playing a little tricky here sometimes. The odd ball would keep low from time to time. Ventura. Bowls a full pitch here, and the batsman make maximum use of this one. Probably this one will run away into the fence. Would it go? Yes, it is into the boundary fence now, and that was a loosener, and that was ill advice. There's no way he should have tried anything. He has bowled all of 4 deliveries, nice and tight deliveries, and here he comes trying to buy that wicket with that delivery, and it was a loosener gift on the leg stump. So we're 99 at the moment, and there's a relatively good partnership being built up here by these two at the wicket. As I said before, Jamaica's got to be in the hunt for wickets, and this time he's out caught. He's out, so that's a good comeback by Ventura, who got back to his old ways in pitching the ball just around the stump. And that was good sportsmanship on the part of the batsman. He did not hesitate. He played the ball and he immediately head for the dressing room. So it's 99 for a loss of 5 wickets. So we're halfway there in terms of wickets, and we're 85 runs from the Bajan standpoint in pulling off what would be a good victory.
185. Look bad, but he can make 6 runs in no time.
So Weatherburn now, he comes in from the southern and bowls just one, and Tony Reid plays
That's one.
late, and that real late. He came down late, and that he didn't play that ball with any confidence whatsoever.
The boy was jumping.
So skipper Raymond Denny is at the wicket. He's at the non-striker's end, waiting to face his first delivery. As Tony Reid prepares to take strike, and he goes on the back foot and he plays one to the gap. There's a man in the deep sweeping there. He comes quickly off the boundary, fields and sends a strong return into wicketkeeper Shane Ford. That's the fireman. So Raymond Denny takes guard. He's preparing to take his first strike in this innings, and like I said, he's a guy who knows how to win. He gave up the captaincy for the Barbadian team a few years ago, but now he's back as captain, and they're into the final once again. Remembering for the last 2 years they were here, they won 2 years previous. They were in the finals last year against the Leewards, and they're here again. They're very consistent when it comes to the playoff of this Keith Graham Classic. Raymond Denny plays this one outside the off stump, the batsman shoulders arm. Raymond Denny, as we can remember, years back he played for the West Indies youth. He was the West Indies youth captain back in the early 70s, 80s. This time he plays a lovely stroke back past the bowler, gets off the mark with an easy single. Raymond Denny, he's not ruffled by any means. He's a seasoned campaigner. Tony Reid, you know, he's just coming back from representing the USA. So much is dependent on these two at the moment. So Jamaica. Got their hands filled with these two, and they'll be better served getting a wicket now. And Tony Reid just flicks with a flick of the wrist, just flicks this one over backward of square to Sean Riley, who sends in a powerful return over the head of the bowler. So the 100 is up for the Barbadians. They're 101.
Yeah.
The loss of 5 wickets. So we're into the 23rd over. Raymond Denny plays this one here, circumspectly forward. Shuffles in behind it nicely at the end of the over. Not a bad over at all. Just had the 2 runs coming from this over. So the asking rate is just around 5 runs and over. Just under 5 runs and over. They got 2 from that over. So the Jamaicans are well within the striking range here in terms of wickets. The Jamaicans, the Barbadians, they are in effect counting down the overs and trying to milk the bowlers to get whatever they can get.
Yeah.
So we're having Anglin. He's going to be up for his first bowl. Normally he's a strike bowler for the Jamaican team, but the two opening batsmen in Willoughby and Smith took a toll on the fast bowler, so he now had to come back in the lane. This time the balls were down the leg side, and they're going to get some extras here, possibly two.
Come on, man.
Okay, so they had the two wides in effect there, so score goes up by 2, 103 for the loss of 5 wickets. So that was a wayward delivery, and wicketkeeper Shane Ford did well to get a hand on that one, otherwise he would have gone for a few more down the leg side. So Anglin has got to settle down now. His wave got to be tight. They're needing just over 4 ones and over. 2 has gone by way of extras, and he has still yet to bowl 6 balls, 6 legal balls. So you've got to watch your extras, you've got to watch your no balls, you've got to watch your wides, because in effect you're bowling extra deliveries at this time. So there's no slip, backward point, cover point, extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, man in a long leg boundary, and a man in the short Anglin goes in past his umpire, bowls right arm over the wicket, ball just one to him, and then he's appealing there, you know, just more out of hope than actual trying to get the wicket there, because Raymond Denny was a long way forward and there was no devil in the ball or anything. There was no danger of being out there. Anglin turns at the top of his mark now. Goes in, holds second delivery, bowls to him, and then he plays this one off the pads there. Hustling for 1, I think 2 is there, yes, they're taking out Menzies. Menzies, he does not have a strong arm by any means. He bowls the ball in from the deep. So if you're going to hustle on the first one, there's always going to be 2 runs. So here, we haven't had a run from the back, but yet we've got all of 4 runs in this over. Remember, we're just, the Bajans are trying to get just over 4 runs and over. So by any means necessary, they're trying to get the necessary runs. Anglin is straining into the pads and straining down the left side. You've got to be careful here. If you keep the foot standing back, lone man just around the bat, bowls to Denny, and Denny plays this one, try to whip it off his pads, misses. So that's a dot ball, that's good from the Jamaican point of view. Dot balls are needed at this time. I'm not too sure we're going to be able to, the Jamaicans are going to be able to bowl the Barbadians out unless they can effect 2 quick wickets within the next couple of overs.
I don't come, I just scored them. I left and then they score.
So they come down, the balls outside here, and there's
get nobody out.
Streaky single off the bat from Raymond Denny. But in effect, it's a single nonetheless. 5 out the over. Remember, we're chasing 184. Score is 106. Lost 5 wickets. Kenny Smith went for 27.
She was in here, you like.
17. Carl Ifield, the lucky 13. And Husbands went for 8. This time.
Don't worry about that. He can't bother you.
This time, 1 more delivery left in the over as Anglin, he bent his back on that one and went right into the rib cage of Tony Weed. Being a little sergeant here at the time. The previous delivery while we were away, there was a wide bowl. So this time, the one kept low on Tony Weed did not play a good looking confident shot on that one. 7 runs from that over. Score is 107 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Show how you do that.
Nice, and then they started fighting the nice.
Really bad. At least that's good. It's just Julie. Because Lorraine's little boy, he had a cold, infection, everything. Whenever he's teething, he gets
So Kevin Wedderburn now, he's preparing to bowl to Skipper Raymond, then bowls a wide one outside the off stump. Will be called wide now by the umpire.
So how the dad's telling me that meeting? That's you over there.
Wedderburn now comes in bowls, and this time then strokes this one into the offside. Nicely stopped there by Larry Crichton.
I got 2 night jobs now, you know.
So 2 runs from that over so far.
What jobs you have?
Wide and nice stroke delivery.
So when can I...
Well played by Raymond Denny into the offside.
Which job can I call you on? The plumbing or the servicing?
83 more required for victory from the Barbadian side.
Any given night I can do any one of them.
Alright.
Tony Bowles stands up tall, plays this one back on the wicket. Wicket turn on in the back on him back in. Overstraight.
That's why he's
Grafton.
2 on 1.
Grafton. Yeah.
2 more than top.
In comes Wedderburn on bowls, and this time Tony comes forward, plays this one into the offside. Larry fighting fields.
Or you can see
No chance of any run.
straight ahead. And see them right. Oh, okay. Right in front of it.
Yeah, but the batsman called. The batsman. The batsman. Larry. What we coming from Larry?
There must be because where you find them?
Kevin Wedderburn going
yeah,
to continue to bowl to Tony Reid. His consultation with the umpire. Just a questioning Obi. Yeah, very good fielder. Young, energetic. Here goes Mr. Finley. Umpire Finley. He's now coming our way here and he's now leaving our area. As Wedderburn bowls a full pitch now, bowl to Tony Reid, and plays a nice elegant off drive, but Obi just diving to his left, just affected the save there. He comes this time, he bowls, and this time, no.
What? Only I feel. My favorite word. I'm gonna come back to it.
So here comes Kevin Wedderburn. Bowls to Tony Reid. Seems to be quite a bit of form at this time. This time he slashes this one outside the off stump, but they'll get probably 2 if they answer. But probably no, because Fireman is there and this thing's gonna be close. No, well, it did make it. So good feeling there, but it's quite a way down there for the for angling in the cover point region. That's the end of the over. So
Mr. West.
angling, Fireman bowls to Raymond, then he stands up tall on his feet, and that's good run in between the 2 batsmen. They were off. From the moment the ball was played, they were off, so there's nothing that Sean O'Reilly could have done to prevent that single, because the batsmen, they were synchronized. Okay. They were off and running once the ball would have touched the bat.
Okay.
1 delivery, 1 run.
Okay. Alright, thanks.
Good cricket here for this
The last time was 246 was 6, but he's
classic
not
finals
home.
between the Barbados and Jamaica.
And he said he'll call back.
Being played here at Opolaka. This time Tony Reid stands up, plays this one into the gully area. There's no chance of any run.
Ready to swing now. You cool
Kevin Wedderburn sweeps in on that one and prevented the batsman from even thinking about running.
Yeah, that's what
a
they do.
single
Make take the single.
back
That's why
delivery.
there's no big hits. Okay, honey. I gave it to you.
So England is putting up a Strong comeback against the West Indies. At the moment they are 246 for 6. This one is a wide one down the leg side, and this one is going to go for 5 wide. That's 5 wide. This one works down the leg side. Still going further away from the keeper chain forward. He did not have a chance at even saving that one. Didn't even get a glove.
A whole lot of weed, but we very, very, very hard.
Expensive over. So we had 9 ones coming from that over. We had 5 wides. We had 6 extras and 3 runs coming from the bat of Denny and Tony Reed.
What they play?
So Ventura
Papa, what you gonna drink?
to take up the attack from the southern end. He's been switched around here and he's been effective so far. He has got 3 wickets. Pretty close. So Tino now preparing to bowl to Tony Weed, who's settled in the stance.
That's who you
Bowl this one and Tony opens the face of the bat and runs it. Runs it to Anglin, who is sitting in the fly slip at this time.
Tell him. Now. You better come first. Put that score in the bottom.
Tino right arm over and he bowls a short one and Tony Weed books this one. It's gonna be out. It's gonna be out. Yes, he is out. Riley takes the catch. He is out. Please anything at this point, but you cannot add the runs by giving away extras in terms of wides or no balls. So you have to bowl another ball and the score will be mounting. So it's been a good days of cricket, good crowd in hand. Williams bounding in from the northern ball to Jeff Miller, who dances in behind this one here, and there goes a run to Jeff Miller as he pushes it on the underside of the wicket. The bowler could not do anything to stop that single. We're down to 179. So 6 runs to win, 5 to tie. And in terms of, it would not be a tie because in terms of one way, they would have gotten there quicker than the Jamaicans. So all in all, we need 5 runs. 5 runs for a complete victory, 6 runs to take it to 1 pass. This one down the leg side and he swings this one for 4. And he swings this one and that might very well be the match. No ball.
No ball, sir?
No ball, so 5 runs in effect. So the scores are leveled at this time, so there's no way that the Barbadians can lose this match. The scores are leveled and they would have gotten to the score with less overs. By our count, the scores are leveled.
Yes.
So we have, every man would have to come in for this single because we just need 1 run. There's no need for anyone to stay on the boundary. There is no need for anyone to stay on the boundary.
I didn't give it a match.
No, there's no giving away in the match. They fought a hard fight.
Yeah, but I mean...
Neville, that over 18... No. Well, I don't think anybody give away right now. So the scores are all leveled at this time. So like I said, there's no way Jamaica and Barbados can lose this match. So we have 1 wicket to go, 1 run to go. Even though we could go to fall now, Barbados would win the match. This time it's a wide, it's down the leg side, and it is a wide, and it is all over with the shot. And it's ended with a wide. Come Sharon. And here we have a jubilant fan in front, and she's rooting for her favorite team, the Barbados. And pandemonium. And it was a well-fought game. 184 to me was, it never seemed to be enough, but it came down that it was probably enough. We cannot fault the bowlers for trying. There were superb catches taken. There was no catches that went a begging. We had some key batsmen out at some crucial times in the innings. in Raymond Denny, Tony Reed, Kenny Smith when he was going great guns. So, Sharon! And the Bajan flag is blowing in the wind with Miss Sharon. A proud Barbadian, Miss Sharon. Said a proud Barbadian. I don't know whose bed you're going to sleep in tonight. Maybe a Bajan bed.
I'm sleeping in my bed. My bed has a Bajan flag on it. A Bajan bed.
I thought you married to your husband as a Jamaican.
But it's a Bajan bed.
Oh, the Bajan bed?
Yeah.
Oh, I stand corrected. I'm sorry. I go take some pictures for Trevor. Look at the yellow hat. Whoa, man, I'm telling you, more yellow hat than ever. You're gonna take the ceremony over there, right? Yeah.
But I wanna. Oh, they're gonna be unlocked. Be unlocked. All right. Only be unlocked.
Come on, that's nice, sir.
Only be our virgin. Only them two. No, he didn't. Yeah, go with it, right? It's for them. Oh, yeah, go. No, he didn't. Just like that.
Which one goes up after?
We have to stop soon. Look at Charlie, no? USA Select versus Trinidad and Tobago. Brian McKenzie, MVP. Windward Islands versus Leeward Islands. Dwayne Daniel. This is Dwayne Daniel's cousin, ladies and gentlemen. Barbados versus India. Yes, him come all the way from New York to play this match. Richard Lawrence.
This is
Fine all rounder.
he lives down here now, man.
Oh, he lives here now? Good. And in the fourth round, Barbados versus Jamaica. The man called Courtney. It's him Rule. Courtney Rule.
Courtney!
Courtney Rule.
Set your hat properly, Courtney.
Barbados versus Jamaica. Give me a smile now. Azad Bud Amin. The man called Bud. And India versus Leeward Islands. Sandeep Desai is not here, will accept. Thank you very, very much, Winsome. Give Winsome a big round of applause, please. And now we have Mrs. Keith Graham. Mrs. Graham, wherever you are, you just come and make this next presentation first, please. Jamaica versus Windward Islands. Our MVP was Shane Ford, former national Jamaica wicketkeeper Shane Ford. Don't feel down, the boy. Better team won today. Leeward Islands versus Barbados. Robert Icono Bascos. Robert Bascos. Brighton, Wantam, Bowie. We get you, man. We get you. I guess the gentleman isn't here. We'll accept for him. Pakistan versus US Select. That MVP was the free Khan. Mr. Khan. This is Mr. Khan's cousin. Leeward Guyana. A small diminutive one. Ivor Henry. Take yourself. US Select versus Barbados. Finds for the bowling by Mr. Ronald Webb. Mr. Webb? It's not here, but we'll accept. Finds for the bowling by Mr. Webb. Mr. Webb's first cousin. India versus Pakistan.
Good year.
Cheering forward. Why don't you? Forward. Trinidad and Tobago versus Guyana. Zaid Khan. Zaid Khan. India versus Pakistan. Or it's rather, India versus Windward Islands. Mr. Gay Williams. Gay. Oh, he's all smiles. Gay, you come, boy. And Pakistan versus Leeward Islands. He got it very well. Ivor Henry. We have two MVPs to give out right now. The MVPs of the playoffs. The first one goes to Sean Riley. Sean Riley. A fine cat, Sean. Fine cat to do today. And from Barbados, Mr. Carl Eichfeld. And now we go to the weekly MVPs. Week 1, with a bat, batted very well. He was selected for the weekly MVP, Mr. John Willoughby from Barbados. These were donated by the Park and Shipping, 1 barrel plus shipment to any destination of the winner's choice. Okay, John? In the Caribbean. Pick up the parking again. Brian, pick it up. The second week, the MVP for the week was Sandeep Desai. 1 barrel plus shipment to the Caribbean. He's not here and will accept on his behalf. The third week, The MVP for the week, it goes to Brian McKenzie. Bowling very, very well. Mr. Brian McKenzie. And the fourth week goes to my friend, Mr. Hazard Bud. I mean, bowling very well for Guyana in the fourth week. Next week, with a battle, he made a splendid 126 from Jamaica, Shane Ford. We don't walk out, it's a Shane Ford thing, you know. Next week, the bowling goes to, he took a hat-trick in that week. Mr. Ronald Webb. Mr. Webb took a hat-trick in that week, bowling very well. And we'll accept on his behalf. And in the final week, taking another 100. And we want to thank Mrs. Graham very well. Give Mrs. Graham a big, big round of applause, now, please. And now we're going to go into horse runs. Horse runs. Check and money, plenty money and trophies. Mrs. Deere Grant will hand out the next trophies. Give Mrs. Grant a big round of applause. And one hat-trick for this competition, Mr. Ronald Webb from the US Select.
Chancellor. Alright, Webb no chanting. Alright, Webb chanting. Alright, Webb chanting.
6 wickets in the game. We have some centurions during this competition also. The first one was Shane Ford, 124 not out. Donated by Mr. Hilton John. He gets a trophy and a big fat check.
All right, Mrs. GG. Mrs. Robinson, very good job.
Next centurion is Mr. Ken Wright.
Ken Wright, Jojo.
Donated by Mr. Ben Pierre.
Yes, Jojo.
118.
Hey, Jojo, kiss Basil.
Next centurion, Sean Riley, 125 knockout. $100 plus trophy.
Burn that shit down.
Mr. Patrick Samuels afternoon donated this last tour, 126 knockout. Mr. Shane Ford. And now we go to most runs. Donated by Mr. Nando Puran. 394. And for a trophy plus plenty money.
Hey, you can buy it later. Check.
Donated also by Mr. Nando Puran. 16 wickets. Mr. Hazard, Bud, and Men. Plenty money and trophy. MVP of the series, very, very important. Plenty money. All points reality donated this. Plenty money. And a beautiful trophy. Shane Ford. Mr. Vasquez is here now. Would like to hand him his trophy. Mr. Robert Vasquez. Thank you, Robert. And all the players to the participating countries will start with Pakistan. Clap, Charlie, no? Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago, Commandant. Guyana. Young and boy? India. We just accept on India's behalf. The US will select 11. The US select 11. Windward Islands. They're still on the club list. Well on, Steve. Leeward Islands. Leeward Islands. And of course, there are two finalists today. Barbados. Champions Barbados. You go, Raymond. I say again, champions Barbados. And finally Jamaica. Jamaica.
Two boys. Ranger take it. Wicked Ranger. 1.6. Hey.
For most wickets, this was donated by Mr. Dwayne Ranger. Give my big boy a round of applause.
Yeah, man. No, man, I'm doing bird something.
Okay.
And now we'll ask Mrs. Wilson Freeman if she'll come and present the runners-up trophy. It was donated by K Business Service. That was donated by LC Roadie Shop. I'm sorry. The runners-up trophy goes to Jamaica.
Here's the book now. Bartender. Tell me about it.
One of the managers, Mr. Bucknell. Please, Bucknell.
The most beer. Sell the most beer.
And then, thank you very much, Winsome. Give Winsome a big round of applause, please. And finally, we're going to invite Mrs. Keith Graham. She'll come forward and make this presentation for us, please. Mrs. Graham. And to the winners go the spoil. Champions Barbados! This is one word I've been waiting for.
She got in front.
Yeah, there you go.
Ray, would like you to take this out of the replica trophy. Just take it for some pictures, please.
Take it high. Take it high. Put them high. Put them high over the head. Everyone can see them. Yes, show that. Show that. Show that.
He's going to hand out all these two beautiful trophies over there. The 30-over competition last year was a shared
Captain.
between West Indies and Sportsman. I'm going to invite both. Sportsman don't come.
West Indies man, I'm kissing Sportsman.
Give Sportsman a big round of applause, please.
Hey, just mal lernen, ob er new shoes to take picture, man.
And now West Indies co-champions in 34 competitions.
Hey, show the card man in the crowd, man.
Well done, sir. Well done. You are a champion. You are a champion. And the MVP for today goes to Mr. Ventura.
Whatever. Skip, come on.
Mr. Ventura made 37. And he took 4 wickets. Alright, ladies Please. As we return. All Barbados players, please come to the full counter. No.
Try that on the ground.